grass is supplied to us by Govardhan Hill. Therefore, let us worship the cows in Giriraj and the Brahmins as well. Since you have asked, I will arrange for a separate sacrifice, Krishna. But just now, let me perform this sacrifice for King Indra. My dear father, don't delay. To prepare another sacrifice will take too much time. Better take the paraphernalia you have collected and the arrangements you have made and engage them at once to satisfy Govardhan Hill and the local Brahmins. Yes, yes, Nanda Maharaj. Yes, we're all of one mind. We agree with Krishna. Yes. Oh, Krishna. All right, my son. So what would you have us do? Whatever offerings have been gathered for Indra, divide into 3. For the cows, the Brahmins, and Govardhan Hill. Prepare rice, dal, soups, halava, pakora, puri, sweet rice, rabri, sweet balls, sandesh, rasgula, laddu, cakes, yogurt, buttermilk, and shrikant. Then feed all the Brahmins and gift them. And then feed all, including even the dogs and monkeys. Then offer Govardhan Hill a mound of food. Then eat the feast yourselves and decorate yourselves in your best clothes, ornaments, and fragrant oils, and circumambulate Govardhan Hill. I am only a child, but I request you to do this. Very good, my little Krishna. All right, everybody, we shall do just as Krishna asks. Early the next morning, all the residents of Vrindavan decorated themselves and their cows. Nanda Maharaj, instead of erecting a flagpole in honor of Indra, raised colourful gold-trimmed flags along the entire length of Govardhan Hill's 100 majestic peaks. The Brahmins selected a large stone outcropping to act as a proxy for the entire hill. Whilst chanting auspicious mantras, they worshipped Govardhan Hill with aromatic incense, wild flowers, ghee lamps, and camphor. Then Arghya and Madhupak to rinse his mouth and feet. Then they bathed him in Jamuna water, milk, honey, and ghee, and garlanded him with many flowers. Kirtan roared tumultuously. Then came offerings of food. The last offering of food was in the form of a grand hill with peaks, lakes, pastures, and waterfalls, all entirely made from grains, sweets, and nectar drinks. Crowned with a central peak of camphor and glazed with a golden coating of ghee, it was also scented with cloves, cardamom, and camphor. Then the deity of Govardhan Hill appeared in a beautiful blackish form, dressed in glittering gold garments. I am Govardhan Hill, and I am very pleased with your devotion. O residents of Vrindavan, let us offer our respectful obeisances to this invincible deity who has manifested his divine form before our very eyes. Brajvasis from all the villages in the area emptied their stocks of fruits, grains, vegetables, and milk products to feed the gigantic deity of Govardhan Hill, but he just kept demanding more. And yo! And yo! And yo! Finally, Balaram offered a tulsi leaf, and Govardhan was finally satisfied. Everyone was very happy with the worship of Govardhan. All that is but one person.
A terrible headache. Samvartika!
Yes, my lord.
Samvartika, my faithful servant, able to destroy the 14 planetary systems. If you are truly loyal to me, then follow exactly what I want you and the clouds of devastation to do. Cowherd men of Vrindavan, headed by their king, Nanda, have stopped worshipping me at the instigation of a little boy called Krishna, whom they have accepted as their only shelter and support. Now they worship a mountain called Govardhan, and thus they have offended me. I therefore order you to unleash incessant torrential rains, hurricane winds, which combined with the thunderbolts and lightning I hurl alongside you, will kill all the cows and residents of Vrindavan, along with that talkative, arrogant Krishna. Mischievous cowherds! You have listened to the false words of a talkative child. You foolishly ignored my worship and brought ruin upon your own heads. Let us see this Krishna give you shelter now.
As always, we will carry out your order without fail, my lord.
The clouds of destruction made their way towards Vrindavan and unleashed an incessant downpour. Massive clouds of water fell to the earth, forming turbulent rivers and lakes. Hailstones fell the size of boulders. Everything became dark. Winds tore at mountains and uprooted trees. Rumbling thunder reverberated, and the waters began to rise and rise until high ground could no longer be distinguished from low. The distressed birds were being repeatedly thrown to the ground by high winds. The forest animals were miserable because they could find no refuge from the pounding rains that pummeled their bodies. Calves shivered and lowed piteously, running for shelter under their mothers' bellies, while the bulls shook their humps and horns as if to fight off the deluge, all to no avail.
Yashodama, take all the children and women and travel to a distant place. I and the men will remain here. We will leave only a face with certain death. No, it is too fierce. Everyone to the inner palace.
The residents of Vrindavan could understand that they were being punished for having stopped the long-standing tradition of worshipping the King of Heaven.
Naturally, they turned to their king Nanda for protection, but he was absorbed in trying to placate Indra by chanting a prayer from the Katumi Shaka, so they turned to their only sanctuary and solace, Krishna.
Do not fear, dear friends. No doubt this calamitous situation is the work of King Indra, but please put aside your fear and watch my pastimes unfold as I crush this paltry insect's mountainous pride. O cowhead men of Raj, we have not a moment to waste. At once, gather your dependents, cows and valuables, and hurry to Govardhan Hill. O saintly people, bring all your possessions and come here. The king of mountains is enjoying the bliss of floating in the air. He feels to me no heavier than a puff of cotton. I'm not exerting myself in the least, so please stay calm and peaceful.
Krishna saw that the floodwaters had begun to stream into the depression under Govardhan Hill, and so he mentally called upon Lord Shesha and the Sudarshan Chakra to help. Searing with the heat of 10 million suns, the chakra hovered around the base of Govardhan Hill and dried up the rain streaming down the hill. Then Anantashesh coiled himself around the lip of the depression beneath Govardhan and held back the incoming floodwaters. However, none of this was visible to the residents of Vrindavan, who remained stunned at the sight of the great mountain hovering before them. As the Rajvasis entered the cavernous basin below Govardhan, they were shocked at what they saw. Rows of elegant ornate staircases, beyond them an effulgent valley studded with glowing, glistening jewels that illuminated the entire area with a soft, comforting glow. The floor was a mosaic of uncommon gems, pleasingly soft and velvety to the touch. The entire area was divided to accommodate men, women and cows. Sitting places, couches and groves for resting abounded, and verdant